Trying to find a place I went wrong. I got a couple problems, but I'll make it alone. I can't write all my wrongs, but I can write them in songs.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome back to the cave.
Jared,
Yes,
how you
sir.
feeling today?
I am tired and sleepy, very sleepy, but we here and we're gonna have a good time. Y'all, I'm a little bit ashamed because we was having a little praise and worship, a little prayer time. I was passed out sleeping.
No. Correction. Praise and worship, a little prayer time, and then have a moment we just sit in silence and soak it in. That's when you feel
That
sleepy.
sounds took me out.
That silence, that peace. Oh man, that was so good to me. I needed that.
Same. It was good for me too. The nap and the prayer.
Just reminded me that, a lot of the times we forget, he doesn't say that he says praise will confuse the enemy. So that really helped me. Helped shift my perspective, really. I feel good now. I feel like I don't gotta scam people no more. That's probably how I feel today. Tomorrow I might feel like scamming people again.
And that'd be the thing. You got to keep doing it over and over to make sure you stay feeling good.
Exactly.
That's the hard part.
Right, but I'm feeling that peace right now. I'm very, very tired though.
Yeah.
Like I slept majority of yesterday, which is why I don't understand why I'm so tired. But I am tired.
I was on the go all yesterday. When I got home though, I was sitting in my dad's favorite chair, his sleeping chair. But I don't sleep there. I had passed out for I might have been gone about 3.5, 4 hours.
Was it good sleep?
It was a great sleep.
Oh,
because it was an unexpected nap.
I'm unexpected that you wake up being like, ooh,
Right.
well, I feel so refreshed. Oh, them be the best naps.
It's real good.
Oh goodness. Anyways, so Jared, what are we talking about today?
Something very important that I feel like both of us experience. I don't want to say often, but every once in a while.
Ways to make money.
Besides that.
Heartbreak.
Besides that too.
Feeling lame. Feeling shame.
Besides those.
I mean,
It's a little depressing. We might need to unpack those later on.
Needing retail therapy? No.
That's a big one. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, dang, I need to go shopping. Need some clothes or something.
Yeah, some songs.
But no, tell me about burnout.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one. Okay, yeah. That's a good one too. So we talking about burnout. What is burnout? And what does it look like?
Man, burnout is being tired. I think when you really think about it, if something is burned out, that means it has to once be lit, right? It has to be on fire. If it's a lamp, the flame has to be going. Whenever that fire goes out, for some reason it's not being fed, it's not getting enough oxygen, it goes out, that light is gone. That's burnout.
That just came to you?
Yeah.
That's real good. That wasn't even scripted. That was good. That was doggone. You always give good metaphors. Hey,
I appreciate
it's
that.
probably a rapper than you.
Maybe so. Should have took a different career path.
That's okay. Well, you know what? Talk about that off air. Anyway, but that's a good one. That's really, really good. I definitely agree. Burnout looks like just being tired. Burnout looks like being overwhelmed. Looks like just being sporadically angry. That could burn. Feeling that way too, looking that way. Excuse me. Burnout is where you just really it's really like when you just ran to the ground, like you have nothing else to give. Like for example, how we worked entirely all summer, over 40 hours, and then some.
Yeah, it's been a summer.
With no break whatsoever. That's burnout. I am burnt.
Everybody walking around the office like zombies now.
And not even just zombies. Someone walking around there pissed, but they so burnt out.
Right.
I'm one of them ones. I walk around there pissed. Thank Jared.
Yeah.
I'll be upset. Anyways.
So what does that look like on men typically?
pissed. Like it's coming home and you know, like you're not having nothing else to give, and like all you hearing is, oh, this and this and that. You're like, shut up. Like I don't want to hear none of that. It's like it's being what is it like on men? It's like like being impatient because you no longer have the patience anymore because you done weigh yourself thin. It's also being excessively tired, like super duper tired to the point where it's just like you don't have no energy for nothing else except for what you have to give energy to. Right. And I think there's hundreds of other ways too. What are some ways which you would recount?
Those are probably the main ones. I feel like just being checked out.
Yes.
You just ain't there.
Ain't there.
In anything. Like you just your attention span is short. I think a lot of times when we be burned out as men, we get into a lot of escapism. We watch a lot of TV, we do a lot of YouTube, a lot of Instagram, social media, anything to detach from the real world.
You spying on me?
A little bit. Mm-hmm. Your life's more interesting than mine.
You think so?
Both our lives are pretty pathetic. So. Don't feel too good.
Well, as long as you don't spot me late at night, we good.
No, I'd rather not. Much rather not.
Oh, tickle. Good fun, people. But yeah, like being checked out, I think people say it was like the number one thing because men would check out in a heartbeat, and women would start to be like, "Oh, what's going on with you? Like, why this? Why that?" If that man is checked out, more than likely he is burned. Yep. He is tired. He has nothing else to give. You feel me? But like, even when being burnt out though, like I would like to say that even though you have nothing else to give and you burnt out and stuff like that you could still possibly produce.
I agree with that.
What do you say? I would say but is it still? But should you still produce when you're burnt out though? Like, answer those two for me. Like, because can you still produce when you're burnt out? Which we both say yes, of course, already. But like, is it good to still produce when you're burnt out?
I'm gonna say yes. You definitely can still produce while you're burned out.
Doing it now.
Should you produce? I think it really just depends on if it's worthwhile to produce. Because if it's gonna take too much, I'm gonna say no. You shouldn't. But at the same time, you can't just stop living, stop doing, stop working, stop creating. So it's like a balancing act. I think if you're gonna still produce while you are burned out, then you need to take just as much time to rest, if not more, or be very strict about, okay, if I'm doing something today, I don't need to do nothing else the rest of the week. I can write down whatever ideas or whatever, whatever it is I'm working on. I can pin that down real quick and come back to it another day, which I'm having to learn the hard way. What do you think?
No. Absolutely not. Immediately no.
Okay.
Stop. Don't look left. Don't look right. Don't pass go. Like, just no. I believe that you should not produce when you're burnt out because now you're not producing anything good. You're not producing anything worthwhile. Anything I've tried to produce while being burnt out has only been passable. It has not been genuine at all. It's not even something that even helps me in any capacity. Like, yes, you still have to go to work. Like you still have to do certain things, whatever. But like at the end of the day, like even when you're burnt out, you still have like just a small amount of energy, for certain things. I feel like from those particular areas where you have to, those are areas in which you should pull. Like that small pool of energy, that's where it should go. And then say some. Excuse me, I almost burped. Don't get on here. And then you should save some, for yourself. Because you yourself need to pour that energy back into yourself. Reproduce, reuse, and recycle, right? We learned that in school for no reason, right? But anyways, I totally believe that you should not. Because when you burnt out, like you really, really, really have nothing else to give. It's like your house done burnt down, and you still expecting this mug to shelter you from the rain. And do what it's supposed to do. I mean, it may be able to show, like, not first of all, if it didn't burn down to an ash, that is. But like, if the bones of the house is burnt but it's still standing, once you walk in the house, it'll never be the same. It's not gonna feel warm anymore. Of course, the roof will leak and things like that, so there'll be holes everywhere. Like, that's how it feels to produce when you burnt out. In my first-hand, honest, and humble opinion.
I agree with
which
you.
might not mean nothing to nobody, but
I think because while you were talking, I was thinking about like all the things I've tried to do while being burned out. I'm like, nah, he right.
And it never works out.
Yeah.
It never works out, and then it only ends up like putting you in a bad position or offending someone else.
Yeah, because it'll look bad when you have to do something for somebody else. They're like, dang, that's all you could give me. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
But so you said something interesting when you were like, you know, you have that small pool of energy and you only give it to certain things and then save some for yourself. What do you think those certain things that you should still give to, what are they?
For example, your family, your family and friends. Now it just depends. Like in our age, we ain't got no immediate family that then came through us. You feel me? So
Right.
we ain't gotta give no energy to them. We have like a family that we be around and like friends. So like of course, like we can, give a little energy here and there or whatever. Or sometimes like where our friend group is, sometimes we might not even see each other for a little while. You feel me? Come out a break, and nobody takes offense to that. So like to be honest, like really just your family, and that's only if you necessarily have to. Well, in our situation now, if people who are head of households, you're going to have to give give a little energy, to your spouse, to your kids or whatever else not. And then of course you're going to have to save some of the energy for work because you have to get up and go to work or take your vacation. People, I don't know why people don't do this. People don't like to put in their vacation time. But Marquise, I'm gonna put that time in. You feel me? Because I earned it. I call in sick, use a sick day. Show said it. So like. I like take them days if need be. If you don't have to expend that energy to work and you have the time to, like vacation time or whatever to pour back into yourself, do that. But like I would say work, family, that's it. Okay. That's truly it. Because anything else, like it's not necessary. But to be honest, even if you just communicate with your friends and family, I am burnt out. So if I am not at 100% capacity, or whatever. Like, this is why. And they will give you the space that you need if there were people that really cared about you or like, like who genuinely wanted you to do better and get better, they would do that. And to be honest, if you had a really supportive spouse, you tell your spouse that you were tired, they will pick up the slack. You feel me? Why you get yourself together? Because I done seen it happen firsthand with my grandmother and my grandfather. But yeah, that type of stuff. What do you say?
That's real. I agree with that. I was asking because I really didn't know.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have no answer for that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, it's really just something like, to be honest, a lot of that could be fixed with communication. If you tell your friends and family, I don't have much to give, this is all I got to give, they will accept that, especially if they love you and they're there for you. And with work, of course, you have to muscle through that. But if you got some days, put the days in, call it quits. I'm like, that little pool of energy you have, try to conserve as much for yourself as possible. At this point, when we all burnt out and you have nothing else to give, it's time for you to be selfish.
Right.
Point blank.
I think that's the hard part as men a lot of times. People don't really give us credit for it, but I think a lot of times we are very selfless.
Extremely selfless.
Yeah. And so it's like, it's hard to switch it and be selfish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially when like that selflessness that we show, the things we're doing, that feels like the only way we can show you that we love you, especially if it's a person who is not necessarily very expressive.
Right. That's real.
Yeah.
So do you have personal experience with burnout? You kind of alluded to it earlier. And the look in your face. Tell us about it.
Man, look, I'm so burnt out that I want to quit this job. You feel me? I get to the point where, and see, this is bad because that spirit of quit your job will follow me in a heartbeat. Do you feel me? Like, it will follow me in a heartbeat. Quit your job. Like, that spirit will fall heavy. But I got mortgage and things now, so it's not like I could just do that or whatever. But like, I be wanting to quit. When I be feeling burnt out, I be wanting to quit. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to see nobody. Anything anybody says to me immediately pisses me off. And I'm ready to cuss you out. I'm ready to go. Like, I'm just ready to just let you have it. Let you see how I feel. You feel me? That's how I be feeling when I'm burnt out, which is lately with work. Cause like Can you believe the mofos don't want to do us no doggone work? I'm just saying. But anyways, moving past that, I've also felt burnt out in school. You know, like, cause on top of dealing with life, you know, in school just be throwing them doggone pointless but long and tedious assignments at you. Oh my gosh, it's like I don't have nothing else to give to these assignments. It's like, and there were points where I was like, I'll just take this F. I'm not doing this assignment. I'm like,
can I afford to feel this?
I'm telling y'all, that's what I use the syllabus for. I never look at the syllabus. Only thing I look at is how they grade, how many assignments we have, calculate how many I can miss.
Right.
What? I'm not doing that. Take that F. So, you know, yeah, and then like even in just like life itself, like just being overwhelmed and burnt out from giving to other people, pouring into other people, you know, like like I said, I don't too much experience a lot of burnout in that area, but there are times I'm just like, okay, I just need to pour into myself.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm tired. I'm just really, really tired. I just need to to myself, something to myself. You know, so yeah, those are a lot of the times I've experienced some burnout, you know. And I've been known to be very short when I'm burnt out. You feel me? Like I just like, hey, you know, I'm feeling this way. Dang, that suck.
Right.
You know, and not on purpose, but I'm known to be real short, and you know, but I've worked on it. You know, I've been doing well.
That's all you can do. You do your best.
What about you, Mr. White? Any personal experiences with burnout?
Burnt out right now. I really don't want nobody talking to me if I can help it.
You've been burnt out, honestly, for the last year and a half.
Basically. Yeah. I ain't recovered yet. Still fighting for my life. But it's like, I feel like when I'm burned out, I don't be bothered, truthfully. I want to just lock up somewhere, preferably like in the house, or even not necessarily in the house, because I can only spend a few days in the house before I need to get out. But like, just I don't want to be bothered. I don't have a whole lot to give. My patience be real thin, so you don't want to get on that nerve. You know, you don't want to pluck that, because it's not gonna be good for you. It's like I just be tired. I just told you I just fell asleep in prayer. Like, just be tired. And this summer has woke me out, y'all.
Whoa.
I don't think people understand.
Woe is this man.
Like, between school and work in the spring, which that in and of itself that's long. You work we work from 8 to 5, go to class from 6 to 9, sometimes all the way to 9:20. I'm not gonna call that professor's name, but
you know who you are.
You know who you are.
Count your days.
If you ever see them, I'm not gonna say that. I like
Count
the professor.
Your days.
Then you try to go to the gym after that, you know, try and spend a little time with family and friends.
What more do you have?
Right. It's just, the job was held this summer, but, you know, I think now I'm just trying to find that sweet spot to get a little bit of energy to go into the fall with, and not start off behind the 8 ball. Yeah,
That's good. That's good. Now, this is an interesting question that I have for you. I mean, I might have an answer, but I'm not sure because I don't implement this in my own life. But, so how do you prevent burnout?
Did I just tell you I was burned out? Does it seem like I have a prevention system in place?
But maybe you weren't able to prevent burnout because of how much or how many things have needed your attention.
Yeah.
You know, so
that's a good point.
I know, because I made it.
Can't stand it.
So, how do you prevent burnout? How could you have prevented your burnout?
In my case, I don't really think I could have, because it was like, it's only 24 hours in a day. You know what I mean? I work 8 of those. Like I said, I got class.
8. Jared, that's 9. We work 9 hours,
You
Jared.
can't count lunch.
That's 9 hours. If I work 8 to 5, I leave at 5, that's 9 hours. I don't care about no lunch break. That is 9 hours.
Okay.
Because sometimes they want to pull at you on your lunch break. So yeah, there's 9 hours. Count your days.
Well, 9 hours is spent at work. 3 to 4 is spent, in class. That's like if I don't want to turn into a fat blob, I got to work out some, even though I wasn't super consistent. I feel like in the spring I did okay. Summer I didn't do anything. But in the spring, I still was going to the gym every so often. Still got to see my family. Still got to see my girls. Still got to try and hang out with my friends every once in a while. It wasn't really a whole lot I could do. Now, I probably could have done less of the extracurriculars, but it's like when you done worked and you done did all that school stuff, you want your downtime.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the hard part is like to prevent burnout. I think in seasons where you're really busy and you have a lot of people pulling on you, I think you just have to sacrifice. So like there are some times where it's like, I shouldn't stay out with my girl all night. Or if y'all at the house, I shouldn't sit up and talk all night. Or me and Christina having one of our 3-hour conversations at 2 o'clock in the morning, that's time I could be in bed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just small stuff like that to prevent it. But I do feel like there are seasons where you can't prevent it. You just do what you can. What you think?
I agree with that. There are some seasons where you just absolutely. I take that back. I don't agree.
Okay.
Don't agree. Because even now, I could have been long since burnt out. But you know me. I would get to work and I'd be like, I'm not doing anything today.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the capacity. There will be days when y'all be like, oh, let's whatever. I'll be like, I'm going to lay in this bed because I ain't got it in me.
Yeah.
One thing I'm going to do is rest, recuperate, and reclaim my energy or my time, whatever you want to call it. You feel me? And I feel like that's the thing. In order to prevent burnout, you have to be selfish, point blank. Like you have to be selfish with your time, with any and everything. So like for example, like even in that particular season, if I was in your shoes and I was, working 8 to 5, then going to class or whatever, and then, still wanting to hang out here and there and stuff or whatever, I would put everybody on a schedule.
Yeah.
That's because I operate off schedules. I love schedules. I love a good schedule, y'all.
Believe it or not, that's what I'm doing now.
Yes. Operate on a schedule. Be like, so hey, boo, I love you, right? So I'm gonna see you on these Thursdays when I don't have class, or better yet, I'll probably want to use that for some rest. So honestly, I'll see you on this day and that day after my class. If that's cool or whatever, great. I'll see you on the weekend, Sunday too. Church, great, wonderful. Friends, hey, what's up? How y'all doing? I might see y'all these days, maybe this Saturday, maybe this Friday. I don't know. But this Thursday right here, I'm gonna use that to rest. And this Saturday right here is also mine. Flexible. If I want to do something, do something. If I don't want to do something, don't do it. That's how I would have operated it. You feel me? Like, because that's exactly what I had to do when I was working, and then doing my internship for 500 hours and doing school and still trying to do all that.
Yep.
I was tired. But ironically, I was never burnt out.
Yeah.
Because I was on a schedule.
Well, I say you had a good system.
I had a system, and I feel like sometimes you have to be disciplined enough to kind of like operate in systems sometimes, or to make other people operate in your system for your benefit.
Right.
You feel me? And so like, cause like whenever sometimes I pop up and y'all be like, oh, we understand you busy. Great, I'm glad you do. So I give you the time when I have it. When I'm tired, I'm tired. You feel me? So like, I truly believe there's always a way to prevent burnout. You just have to, oh boy, not the hat coming up, Jesus, don't reveal this. Don't reveal this struggle. But like, there are just times where you're just gonna have to just be selfish and have to really just make people operate in the system that you have to sit to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Point blank.
I agree with that. And I think now that I've been using that the last, it's probably about 2 weeks. But it's been effective.
Mm-hmm.
I've been focusing on getting more sleep now too.
Mm-hmm.
Going like my new bedtime is midnight. I missed it yesterday and the day before. But so most other days I've been getting in, and I think that helps a lot too. You got to get rest. rest.
Yes.
You got to. I was on the phone with my uncle yesterday, and he was like, "You gotta slow down. Like you still doing a lot, from my understanding." And I was telling him, I was like, "Well, you know, I'm getting better now, because I'm easing back off a lot of stuff."
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, that's also very important. Get sleep.
You need
sleep is important.
You need it.
Sleep is very, very important.
Right.
But so like, with that being said, how do you treat burnout? I think I might have answered that in my tirade.
Yeah.
But like, is there anything more simplified or just set apart from what I said? Get people.
I think if I had to simplify it, I would say treat burnout like an illness. In the sense of like, I'm sick. No, I can't do all these things. I might can do a few things, you know what I'm saying? Depending on what kind of sickness you got, if we're talking literally. But other than that, I need my rest, I need my time to recuperate. And I might just be out of commission for a while. Or like even when I am back up and moving around, like just like when you have the flu or when you have COVID, even when you're not positive anymore, the symptoms might still be lingering and you still might not have as much energy. So yeah, you might be going back to work, but you might not be going to the gym. Or you might not be hanging out with friends stuff because you're still prioritizing that rest. So I would say probably just treat it like an illness.
You just come up with this off the top of your head, don't you?
If only I could come up with stuff that matters. Why could be so much better.
That was good. That matters, Jared. Your thoughts matter. Yeah, point blank, self-care.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, self-care, you know. I think that is like the biggest thing, the biggest weapon that you can have in combating a burnout. What does self-care look like? It looks like many different things, and we will tackle that in another episode. Probably an episode after this one. You know, but yeah, like that's what burnout is. Short, sweet, to the point. You know, burnout it shows up in everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, yeah. And even then, like, a lot of times burnout can show up as like, I'm just stressed out, I'm just overwhelmed. You're not stressed. Well, yeah, burnout can be stressful.
Yeah.
But like, you're burnt out. You
Right.
need some time to recuperate, some time to take a break. You know what I mean? So like, yeah. That's just about it. So,
Pretty much. You got anything else?
I think this is about it, people. Take you a break.
Yeah. We'll see y'all in self-care.
Peace out.
Trying to find a place I went wrong. I got a couple problems, but I'll make it alone. I can't right on my wrongs, but I can write them in songs.